Hey everyone, I'm Mine, and this is set number 70505, Temple of Light from the LEGO Ninjago theme. This set contains 5 minifigures, 565 pieces, and originally retailed for $69.99 in the US. This set was originally released in 2013 as a part of the final battle wave of LEGO Ninjago sets. However, I didn't get this set back then and actually just picked it up this year. So while it's definitely an old set, it's actually still new to me. So let's take a look at it. So here's the first build in the set, the Golden Mech. And I think this is solid for what it was at the time. I don't know how well it holds up to modern day mechs, but it's not terrible. It's just very much a toy and it doesn't go too much for the aesthetics. The use of so many golden pieces is really cool because even nowadays they're still not super common. They usually go as minimal as possible with the gold, so it's cool to see so much used here. Obviously you can see it's used on the legs on both sides. It's used on the upper arm joints and the hand joints as well as the fingers. The hat itself has gold printing as well as a little golden hat piece on top of it, and then there's some golden blades coming out the top. Posability, this guy has some decent room. As you can see, you can't make his legs completely straight. They have to be out slightly, but you can put him in a walking position if you want. Or at least somewhat. The feet do still have somewhat of a limited range of motion, so there's a limit to like how many positions you can get this guy in. But it's still decent. You can do a few things with him. There's way more posability in the arms. These are on just classic ball joints. You can see it moves at the shoulder and at the elbow. And then there's 3 little fingers at the ends of the hands that can open and close however you want. Both arms are identical, just mirrored. There's nothing special about either one of them. You also get this large sword for the mech to hold if you want. You can put this on either hand, and he just holds it with those little robot arm pieces that I showed you before. And with that in hand, you can pose him to have him swing the sword however you want. This little hat area at the top actually opens up and has room for a figure. And this is where you would sit Golden Lloyd to actually pilot the mech. And there you can see the hat closes up over top of him. And that's how it looks in the mech as a whole. Moving up, here's a close look at those arms, including the stickered piece right there if you're curious what that looked like. Same thing on the other side. There's a closer look at how the legs are designed, the print on the hat, and there's the interior of the cockpit without Lloyd in it. You can see there's just 2 of these little control stick pieces for him to actually pilot the mech. Turning the mech around, here's how it looks in the back, and honestly, it's pretty decent for a mech back. Mech backs are usually like pretty mediocre to bad, so this being like average is pretty good. You can see it's actually got studs on the back instead of like anti-studs, which looks nice. The only weird part I think is the robot arm holding up the hat. I think that looks odd and doesn't like connect the hat all too well, but that's not a huge deal. And then you can see here's the gold blades coming out. They're on little robot arm pieces, and you can angle them so you can have them out like this, or you can have them up higher. You can also see right here there's more stickered pieces on the hands, which are quite similar to the ones that were on the upper arms. However, the mech is only one of 2 builds in this set. The other build is this right here, the Temple of Light. However, something cool is the mech was actually designed to fit into the Temple of Light. You can see there's a lot of open room in the bottom right there, which we'll take a closer look at in a moment, but if you wanted, you could fit the Golden Mech in right there, and it fits in absolutely perfectly, which I think is super cool that like the 2 different parts of the set actually connect together like that. But I'll remove that for now so we can take a look at the temple itself. The Temple of Light is dated. It's definitely not up to LEGO's modern standards. However, it just feels very, very fun to me, and I don't know, this brings back a certain sense of nostalgia of how LEGO used to be done. Like, this really feels like a toy. It doesn't look great at all, but it's just so charming to me, and I absolutely love it. So looking at the back there, we have a stickered piece where that has a picture of Sensei Wu, and then Sensei Wu in different outfits, or like other people who look like Sensei Wu. I'm not sure exactly what that's supposed to be. I don't think that has any context in the show, but that's a very funny looking sticker. On the other side, we have another stickered piece with a picture of a dragon, and then there's some characters next to it, as well as what I think is supposed to be a gong. This is the thing to hit the gong, and that's the gong itself. Not the best build, but again, it was 2013. I don't think I think it works well enough for the time. This red pillar right here also has another little dragon sticker on it. That's cute. The main floor of this area is very big and open. There's not too much going on, but honestly, I like that a lot because it gives you room to post figures if you want to post figures in here, or you can store the mech in here as I just showed you. So I don't mind the openness. I think that's actually really fun, and I think like this is a set I could actually imagine myself playing in as a kid. A lot of modern sets, while they look really good, do not have a ton of room to play because they're focused on making details like in as many places as possible. So it's cool to just have a large open area where you can display figures if you want. Also in the center you can see there's this little fireplace. It's just a very simple build, a rounded piece with some slope pieces on top and then a large bit of fire coming out. This entire build can also very easily be removed if you don't want that there. On the left side right here you have a little weapon rack, so if you want to switch out Lloyd's or anybody else's weapon you can right here. You have a spear, a katana, a smaller sword, and then a sai. And behind it you have some glass that's actually printed with designs of dragons on it, which I think is actually really, really cool looking. You can see it has like a milky white color on the glass and then the dragon printing on top of that, which I think is a really, really cool like color combination. On the right side, there's that same like dragon glass printing, and instead of the weapon rack, there's just a fern out front. This, again, is very easy to remove. Just sort of takes up space. I don't think that one fits in the set as well as the other stuff, but it's not a big deal, and it's very easy to remove. And then, as you can see, there's an upper level right there, which if you want to reach it, you can actually transform this set. Both the left and the right sides flip out. And then with those flipped out, you can see these ladders on the side actually lead up to this upper level. And as you can see, those ladders are on both sides. At the top right here, there's this little shrine that holds all 4 of the elemental blades, all 4 of them come in this set, the Ice, Fire, Lightning, and Earth. I think that's so cool that you get all of them in one set, so if you didn't get all the other sets, you could still get all of them in just this one. There's also a little trapdoor right here, which is a classic LEGO play feature. Just pull back like this, and if the figure's small enough, it'll actually fall through this trapdoor right here. This guy's holding a bow, so it's actually too big, but yeah, there you go. You can see he falls through into the layer below. So you can imagine this is like a little trap for anyone who's trying to like steal the elemental blades. Up above that, we have this roof right. Up above that, you have the. Up above that, there's this roof right here. You can see there's some golden cheese slips right here to create some texture, a long red plate right here to add some color, some cheese slips on the side, and then you have these 2 large pillars that each have little stickered pieces. It's got a dragon and some symbols in the corners. And then there's these disc pieces which decrease in size, and at the top there's one of these like classic little like old LEGO dragon designs molded in gold, which is actually pretty cool. I don't see these guys in sets a lot nowadays, but they were used a lot more often back then, and it's pretty cool to get them in gold here. I think they top off the top of this build nicely. And yeah, and here's the set from the back. You can see that little trapdoor area can actually be pulled from back here if you don't want to like reach your hand in the front of the set. So you can like have the person on the inside completely unsuspecting and pull this back, and that'll knock down the trapdoor. But yeah, that's about all I've got to say for the build of the set, so now let's move on to the minifigures. So here are the first 2 minifigures in the set, the 2 good guy characters. We have Golden Lloyd and we have Sensei Wu. This is the original 2013 version of Golden Lloyd, and he is like an absolutely classic minifigure. Like, lots of kids wanted this minifigure when they were younger, and yeah. This is, yeah, he's super cool to get again. I think it's a little bit lame how he came in multiple sets, but the actual Green Ninja Lloyd was exclusive to a book for this wave. I think the normal Green Ninja Lloyd would have made more sense for this set, and then this guy should have just been in the Golden Dragon, but it's still cool to get him here. He is like a very exclusive looking figure, and he is like a really nice figure. Unfortunately, with time, he has cracked a bit. These older gold pieces are very easy to crack, so you can see there's cracks in the sides of his torso. But that aside, the overall design of this guy is really good. I love the dark green on top of the gold. It's just an absolutely classic figure. I think he looks really, really good. This version of Sensei Wu, on the other hand, is probably my least favorite version of Wu. It never appeared in the show to my knowledge, and it looks okay. Like, it's not bad, but yeah, it's just one of his less interesting outfits. There's not much going on that differentiates this from his original design, but his original design was a lot more iconic. This was his 2012 and 2013 design, and yeah, I don't know, I never cared for this version of him. He has a golden hat, which is something. I've always preferred the normal colored hats to the gold hats for Wu, but yeah, I could see why some people might like it, but yeah, this has definitely been my least favorite Wu for a long time. Here these 2 are with accessories removed. You can see what Sensei Wu's torso looks like without the beard, and you can see his old, like, classic face print. And then there's Golden Lloyd's face. He just has his standard Lloyd design with that little smirk right there. And here these 2 are from the back. Pretty good back torso print on Lloyd. Like, okay, back torso print on Wu. No alternate faces for either of them. Wu can't have one, and with Lloyd, they didn't really do alternate faces back then, so it makes sense why he doesn't have one here. Yeah, overall, these figures are okay. Neither are the most exciting, because this guy came in a $30 set, and this guy came in, like, multiple sets from the previous year, so neither of them are too exciting, but they're alright, and they're cool to get here. And then here are the other 3 minifigures in the set, the bad guys. We have Lord Garmadon in his possessed form, as well as a Stone Warrior Scout and a Stone Warrior Swordsman. Possessed Garmadon is strange. I don't know how to feel about this figure. Obviously, Possessed Garmadon in the show was very weird looking. He wasn't even LEGO anymore, so I think this is about the closest they could do for him. They gave him just, like, the Stone Warrior mouth guard, and it somewhat looks like the Overlord Dragon's face when he possessed Garmadon, but yeah, it's a very strange figure. I really don't know how to feel about him. He's got a staff with these horns off the top, and it's the same horns that are on the Helmet of Shadows, I believe that was called. And other than that, it was the 2012 version of Garmadon, just reprinted here. The Stone Army Scout and the Stone Army Swordsman are both fairly good. The Scout has yellow face markings and the Swordsman has blue, so it's cool that they have some variants there. They both have the same torso, though obviously this guy has short legs and this guy has long legs. And then this guy has this wider armor piece, while this one has a quiver in red, which is actually a pretty cool color for that piece. I think this is a nice selection of villains here. Obviously, you get Garmadon, who is the main villain of this wave, and then you get 2 versions of the Stone Warriors, so it's cool that you get more than just one. Here these guys are with their accessories removed, so you can get a better look at their face prints and torsos. Garmadon's classic face print really did not hold up well. Like, the design is fine, but it was printed all in metallic, so it makes it, like, very hard to see. It's quite dark, and especially on camera, it's quite difficult to see, especially the reds of his eyes, so I much prefer the Legacy version from 2019, where he doesn't have any metallic, so his face is very vibrant and easy to see. As I said, I love the face prints on these guys. Very expressive. I love how they differ. I think they're both quite cool. And then here's all these guys on the back. No back torso print at all on Garmadon. I'm not showing you this guy's back torso print because it's the same as this guy's, and then you can see he's just got the red armor on top of the gray right here. Overall, I think this is a fairly good villain selection. It would have been cool if we got like an exclusively molded head for Possessed Garmadon, but I understand why we didn't, and as for what we got, I think it's pretty good. So overall, would I recommend this set? Honestly, even looking back, the price for this set was pretty bad, and considering that it's 2013 it was Ninjago, that's surprising, because Ninjago's usually pretty good with their prices. It wasn't awful, but this really should have been a $60 set. $70 was definitely pushing it. Price aside though, because obviously nobody's buying this for retail, you're either getting it for cheaper or for more, depending on how you're buying it, whether you're buying it used or new, whatnot. Just as a set, I like it. It's definitely not up to like modern day LEGO set standards, it's not as pretty as modern sets, but there's a certain charm to it, just having like so much room to play that I really like. I also think the figure selection here is okay. It could have been more. It would have been cool if we got like one of the normal ninja in their kimono suits. Because while Lloyd is cool, he did come in other sets. I don't know, for the biggest set of the wave, only one ninja is a little lame. But Possessed Garmadon being quote-unquote exclusive here is pretty cool, and getting two different variants of the Stone Warriors is cool as well. It would have been cool to get like Kozu or something as well, but again, I understand why we didn't get him. So yeah, overall I do like this set. Not like my favorite or anything, but I think it's good, and I am very happy I finally have it. But those are just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please press like and subscribe if you're new. I do LEGO and Ninjago videos like this every single day, so if you subscribe, you'll be the first to see them. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!